I tell you, sneaky traffic smash, sneaky traffic smash.
Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back in the Ram. It is cured and coated and good to go. Travis back on his way to Houston. So I kind of just want to give you guys my overview of my thoughts on the ceramic coating and the truck and how it turned out and if I'm happy with it, what all we did. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to give you guys an update on the truck. Man, it is finally hot out. I still got a hoodie on because it was really cold this morning when we went to work, but now it's hot out again. I don't know. So my truck isn't perfectly clean when I show you guys here in just a second, so just take that with a grain of salt, but you can still pretty much see how deep the shine is from the paint correction, and you can kind of see, or I'll show you what I'm talking about, but you can feel how slick the coating is. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna go over. Got another thing I want to go over too after that, and I'm not gonna touch on it too much, but I will touch on it because people have asked me to. But let's go over this coating. So this is the black paint on the Ram 1500. As you guys saw, we did some paint correction, and the videos were super long, but Travis really, he talks a lot and he has a lot of information that he's trying to you know, give out to everybody and for free, which is pretty cool. Usually, you know, you're paying for that information. So he just kept on talking, I just kept filming, and hopefully you guys learned a few things. And even if you didn't learn anything, maybe you realized, you know, is the coating worth it? Is paint correction worth it for your vehicle? And like I said, honestly, if you have black paint, this is a must. I mean, if you have any color, I've done it on all my vehicles besides the Ram 2500. I didn't do that one because I knew I wasn't going to keep it very long, but all of my other vehicles have been coated. And you know, it may seem expensive depending on which package you do or depending on your budget, but I will tell you this: if you're going to keep a vehicle, it is definitely worth it. And even if you're not going to keep a vehicle, you can always do the smaller packages that don't last as long, and they're still really good. They're just more budget friendly, and they're for the person that's really not going to keep their car that long. But if you're going to keep a vehicle, which I really don't keep vehicles, but to me it's still worth it because every time I go wash it, it washes so much easier. It was, and I've said this I don't know how many times, but it was so crazy when I first washed my Hellcat and got all the rubber from the track off and how it just fell off and I didn't have to scrub it. Because you got to remember, anytime you've got to scrub something, you're probably putting some light swirls, possibly even scratches in there. No matter how clean your mitt is, no matter how good your process is, you're still dragging something off of the paint or the surface, whatever it may be, vinyl wrap, paint, whatever. You're dragging something down or up across the surface, which is scratching it. So no matter what, you're scratching it. And that's why you always want to use a touchless wash. But the problem with a touchless wash, or when you wash at home, is that typically, you know, the grime and the dirt and the bugs, especially, stuff like that doesn't come off. So anytime you've got to scrub that stuff off, you're putting light scratches or swirls in it. And that's where the Ceramic Pro comes in. And not Ceramic Pro in general, but ceramic coatings in general, really come in, because everything just falls off because it's hydrophobic. Nothing really sticks to it. And that's the biggest thing, and the biggest thing that I like. Plus, based on convenience, it makes washing time a lot quicker because you're not sitting there having to scrub everything. And I will say this: it sucks vlogging. It doesn't suck, but it's very awkward vlogging when you've got no freaking window tint, everyone's just staring at you through the damn fishbowl. So that's why I've got the glasses on today, and people are seeing me. It's not like I'm holding a GoPro. I'm holding this huge Sony A7S II with a big old lens on it, and people are probably like, what is this idiot doing? Well, that's me. I'm the idiot. So anyways, back to the truck. I'm gonna go park over at kind of my normal spot where I park a lot. We're gonna go park over there, kind of go over the coating. I brought some water, and I kind of want to just pour some water on the paint, and even possibly pour some water on the interior. I didn't bring my tripod, but I could probably set the camera up somewhere so you can see it. But I want you to just see how the water falls off. So on the outside, if you didn't watch the complete videos, which they were long, I don't blame you, but if you really have time and you want to sit down, watch those videos. There's some really good information there from Travis, even if you skip through kind of to go to the talking parts. But Travis does have some really good tips and some pointers on there, and he really talks about the benefits of the coating if you really want to break down the science of it. He does get very technical with it. Anyways, we did a full paint correction. There is some spots that we didn't get perfectly that you can see some really, really light swirls, and it's not a big deal. Travis is either going to come here again, or I'll go to Houston because I want to do some filming for their new facility out there anyways, because Travis will now be based out of Houston, although he's still traveling, but he will be based out of Houston anyways. He said we can just polish them out. So that's the cool thing about a ceramic coating, is it's just like an extra clear coat. So really you can just polish out and then put another layer over to protect it again. But I did a lot of the paint correction. He did a lot of it too, but I did a lot of it because I was really trying to learn. So any spots that really weren't perfect are really just my doing. And we also didn't have an air compressor, so we couldn't clean the pads perfectly. And anytime your pads don't get cleaned in between the stages, you can obviously put swirls in the paint too. So it's kind of my fault for not having an air compressor at the house, which we really need one. It's kind of embarrassing we don't have one yet, honestly, but we need to put one in the shop. And the lighting situation in the front garage, even though we added some lights, it still was very spotty. A lot of parts were really dark. So we didn't have the best setup. No excuses really, but typically we do stuff in the back shop, and we just didn't want to move the 3 cars outside with it snowing and all this going on. It's just a pain in the ass really to move all that just to do my car, or my truck. But I'm really happy with my truck no matter what. I was just saying, it's not 100% perfect, but there's just some little spots we need to probably polish out and recoat, but it looks freaking amazing. You guys will see it in the sun finally today. And the swirls that I did see, they're honestly so light that you have to be at the perfect angle with the perfect amount of sunlight to even see them. But I'm just picky because it's my own truck, and I really want to see if I can get them out. So we'll show you that. And like I said, I'll try and show you on camera, but I don't think you'll be able to see them, honestly. So anyways, did the paint correction, did the best we could with what we had. We then coated it with 2 coats of 9H. Typically, if you do like the lifetime, I want to say it's 4 coats of 9H, and then you always follow up with a coat of light, which makes it super slick and lets everything just fall off. So we didn't do 4 coats of 9H because we knew possibly that we were going to have to polish it again. So why waste product when we know we're going to have to break it down? But we still wanted to protect it enough until we hit it again. So we just did 2 coats of 9H, 1 coat of light. We did rain on the windows, which I'm really happy with. We didn't do all the windows on my Ford, but we did do the windshield, and it made a huge difference. I remember driving to Arizona. Kennedy was sleeping, of course, but it was raining, and man, the freaking water was just freaking beating so hard off the windshield, just falling off. It was super nice, and it does make the windshield wipers honestly slide a lot easier on the windshield. As you know, sometimes they get dried out and they kind of stick on the windshield and they don't slide smoothly. So that made a huge difference. We also did some leather protectant on the interior. We hit all the plastics. They do have a specific plastic trim coating, but we ended up just throwing some 9H on it, then we used the leather on the leather. And it doesn't really change the look of the inside. I mean, the inside looks clean, and it's got this nice little satin sheen to it, but it doesn't look like when you use other products that have like that real deep shine. It kind of almost look greasy. So if you went and looked at my interior, you would probably just be like, oh, it looks clean. But it actually is protected with the coating, which is really nice. So when you spill stuff, I mean, you still got to clean it up. It's not like it's just this special protectant that, rids of everything. So you still got to clean stuff up, but it will protect the interior. When you do spill stuff, it won't let it seep down and stain anything. Plus, when you go to clean the interior, everything, same thing as the outside, kind of just falls off. But the biggest thing for me is just it being protected if we were to spill anything, such as Kennedy. She's not here, but I really want to look over here and scold her because she likes to spill coffee. And the only reason why I say this is because the day we went to trade in the Ram 2500, we get in the truck to drive to Oklahoma, and first thing she does is spill her coffee. And I was like, well, this trip is off to a good start. But everyone spills, makes messes, not a big deal. I'm just real picky and kind of an asshole, honestly, about my interior. But anyways, the whole interior is protected. We're good to go. And like I said, it's not like the outside where you can tell that it's coated. You just know that it's all protected. So that's all that we did. Like I said, didn't hit any of the chrome because I have plans to black that out, so I didn't want to waste Travis's time or product. Also, along with the wheels and tires, same thing. Why would I coat those and waste his product and his time? Because the product's not cheap, so I didn't want to waste it. So when I know that I'm going to swap the wheels and tires. So yeah, just so the chrome, the wheels and tires, that's all we didn't hit. But I found my abandoned parking lot spot kind of thing. So let's check out the paint and kind of show you guys around, show you what the coating looks like, and see if we can pour some water on it. All right, guys, so this spot, or this side of the truck, is completely in the sun. So this is where you could see it the best, probably. But there you can kind of see just how sparkly this paint is. Look at that. So I'm just going to kind of run the camera along so you can see it. And what I was talking about is when you slide your finger, it just feels so smooth. Like, you can just tell when a vehicle's coated. It's just very, very smooth. So there you can see kind of the sparkle in the paint. And I'm not really looking at the back of the camera, so I can't tell what you can and can't see. I just know you can see all the sparkle. I tried to park at least one of the side of the truck directly in the sun so you could see it. So just looks so freaking good. Like, you would never know that this is what the paint looked like unless you had a really nice paint correction. But look at my reflection too. It's a real deep, nice black reflection. I even took a picture the other day, or Travis took a picture, and I tried to show it in my video too, but you could not tell if this was, so like right here, if there wasn't any sparkle up there, you would think that's me just pointing the camera directly at me. You wouldn't think that this is a reflection of the paint because of how clear the black is. The only thing that throws it off is obviously all the sparkle and gold flake in it. But I mean, just look at that reflection. This isn't, and this is, you know, on a camera, like, this is insane. This is crazy. So let's grab some water. I brought some water. Where's that? There we go. That's a good old gallon jug. Just gonna pour it on a corner here. Now remember, the tail lights aren't coated, but just kind of watch this top here just kind of fall, the water just fall off. You see that? So that's what I mean by hydrophobic. So the water just falls, look at it. Nothing sticks to the paint. And look at the tail light. So you can see all the water stopped on the tail light, and it all just fell off of the paint here. You see that? So that's gonna be pretty stupid. I'm pouring water on my interior, but let's try the same thing. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm not just wasting this. So you see the water just fall off? Look at that. That's insane. It just falls off. Obviously there's a little bit that stays behind, but for the most part, when you're just pouring water on it, it just falls off. So let's put that back. So if you're wondering, on the interior, we literally did the dash, all the plastics, every interior trim piece. We even got inside the center console. I actually put 2 coats on the center console because that's where you rest your arm the most, probably you're most likely to spill stuff, and around the cup holders. The seats I made sure to hit really good, but like I said, you can't really tell that we did the interior. It just looks super clean. There might be a light satin sheen to it, but for the most part, you can just tell. I mean, you can't tell that it's protected, but knowing that it's protected, especially all the Alcantara pieces that are on the seats, that stuff is really hard to clean when you stain it or when you spill stuff on it. And it's got a little bit on the door, so we made sure we covered all that really well. But yeah, that is pretty much what it looks like. So I'll give you guys a couple more views here, but like I said, this side has the sun on it, so it's really good to show this side. Guys, that is kind of my review on the ceramic coating. I've had it done to all my vehicles before, and I've touched on it a little bit, but we got a little more in depth on this one because I wanted Travis to kind of share some knowledge with you guys. Now, like I said in a previous video, you don't have to go with Ceramic Pro, but there is a lot of things that I like about them. I'll say it again, it goes on your Carfax, it has a warranty, and all the installers have to be certified through Ceramic Pro. And so, if you ever have a problem with it, they're really good people. They'll be up front, they'll fix it. Like I said, there is other coating companies you could go with. However, that's, kind of the reason I went with Ceramic Pro, plus Travis uses them, and that's who he works for, and I'm really happy with it. I would like to see a video on some other brands just to kind of see the difference in person though. Like, I'd like to make my own video and kind of compare. It'd be cool to get like a vehicle coated by Ceramic Pro and then get a couple other vehicles coated by other companies and kind of compare them actually in person, because you watch videos on coatings and stuff and you can't really tell in a video exactly what it looks like, no matter how hard you try to portray it through a video. They can't pick up everything, so it'd be cool to see it in person and kind of give my perspective on it. Anyways, really happy with it. I always recommend it. 10 out of 10. You should get your vehicle ceramic coated. I did all of it. I did the windows, the inside, the outside, obviously. I did the paint correction. If you have nice wheels and tires, highly recommend it, especially if you live somewhere where you get salt on the road, when they're trying to melt the snow, melt the ice. Highly recommend it. You can get it on your suspension, same thing. Any place like back east or where it snows a lot, highly recommend getting the suspension done. It'll save it from rusting. It'll really protect it, and when you go to rinse it off, it'll make it easier to rinse off. I'll probably do some videos on washing a coated vehicle. I think I've done them before, but kind of, there's new people to the channel. People don't go back and see old videos. Some videos get better traction than others. So I do want you guys to get this information because I think it's really important, especially if you're really passionate about the vehicle you own. This is just a Ram 1500. It's not some, it's not some supercar, hypercar. It's not a Hellcat, a Demon, or a ZR1, a Z06. It's none of those, but it is my daily driver, and I really love this truck, and it's kind of like, it's my new baby. It's a brand new truck. I want to take care of it. I want to protect it, and that's how I feel about it, so we're going to protect it. Now, on another note, I want to kind of touch on and I'm going to touch on this real quick. I'm going to answer it in one sentence. One sentence, I'm going to answer it. All the beef that's been going on, I'm not going to name any channel. I'm not even going to name my brother's channel, and he's been in the midst of it. I'm not going to name any of the channels that have been in the midst of it, but I'll answer it in one sentence, and I'll tell you why after that. But here's what I think about all the YouTube beef in the car industry and what it's doing. Here's my answer. You ready for this? I don't give a fuck. I don't. I really don't. The reason why is because guess what? At the end of the day, all these channels are run by the person who's running them. So my channel is ran by me. No one else runs it for me. So it is all my personal opinion. Whether you comment or whether you dislike the video, whether you like it, whether you share it, whether you tell someone else about my videos and how much you hate them and how much you hate me, it doesn't matter, because guess what? At the end of the day, it is my channel. I can post what I want. Sometimes if you post copyrighted content or content that's, really YouTube's probably pretty bad about this, but harassment or bullying, anything like that, you can pretty much get away with a lot of that stuff on YouTube. It is pretty much a free world. They try and clean up a little bit of it, but pretty much it's your channel. You post whatever you want. So if someone wants to say something about someone else, guess what? They can do it with no repercussions. All they got to deal with is people in the comments. And I've really learned to just get away from the negative comments. Some people have said some real bad stuff on my channel, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. Sorry, excuse my language, but I don't. I really don't. There's no point in getting upset about it, because all you're going to do is create more drama. And I get it. That's the thing with YouTube. People love to watch drama, but I don't. I literally don't like to watch channels with drama. I don't care. I always want to either learn something, or I'm really interested in kind of what the person does on a daily basis, or I like what they do. whether it be working on their car, racing their car, you know, even like paint correction channels. I like watching those too because I like to learn stuff. I even like to learn stuff on, I don't even own a house. I ran at my brother's house, and I just like to learn like home improvement stuff like that. I just like learning things on YouTube, and that's kind of what I like watching, if you guys are wondering. That and racing. I like to just watch strict racing stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the person's channel. You're not going to do anything to change their mind. You can say what you want. You can DM people. You can talk crap. You can try and fight them. You can do whatever you want. But guess what? At the end of the day, everyone's going to post what they want to post. And that's what's great about YouTube. People can make their living on YouTube on whatever they want. And if they get views, they're going to get paid. That's the end of it. So you want to know my thoughts on it? I don't give a fuck. People can say what they want to say. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And honestly, it's funny that my brother made a video about it, but he is the biggest, like, he don't care. He literally does not care. Like, you could say some pretty messed up things, which people have said, and he just doesn't care. He's like, whatever, I don't care. And I've tried to learn from him, because when I did first start my channel, actually, there were some comments, and I was like, man, are people really this? Like, it's just a video. If you don't like it, my thing is, if you don't like my videos, don't watch them. If you don't like my personality, if you don't like my vehicles, if you don't like the videos, don't watch them. Like, here, throw a thumbs down and then move on to the next one. But people just love to just sit there and negatively comment. I don't get it. And I guess I'll never understand that, because I don't comment on videos unless... I rarely comment on videos, and sometimes I do it to either support the channel, or I do it to literally say something positive. I've never commented negatively. If I don't like a video, guess what? I just give it a thumbs down and I move on to the next video. Sometimes I don't even give it a thumbs down, because I just don't care. And I think more people need to have that I don't care mentality, and just get back to doing what they want to do. But there is channels, such as in the fitness industry, there's some big channels that call out other YouTube channels, and that's how they make their living off it, because they get views, because it's drama. And if people want to do that, that's totally fine, because guess what? It's your channel. And if I like it, I'm going to watch it. So that's all I have to say about it. But in one simple answer, I don't give a fuck. So, and the reason why people have been asking me, DMing me, commenting on my YouTube, and I just don't care. And I want to stay away from all the drama, because it's not that I'm old, but I don't care anymore. Like, I've been at the place where you deal with drama, and it's not a fun place to be, and it's just not worth it, honestly. It's just YouTube. But that's what social media has done to this world. Anyways, I don't give a fuck. You should all have that mentality. Either support the person, comment positively, or move the hell on. Like, that's it. Simple. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed all the ceramic coating videos that we did. I think we did 2 of them, but they were very long, and hopefully you guys learned something from that. If you need to get a hold of Travis, you can email him, travis@ceramicpro.com. He can get you linked up with an installer in your area. If you are a detailer and want to learn more paint corrections or add ceramic coatings to your detail shop, or whatever the case may be, he's actually a corporate trainer through Ceramic Pro now, and you want to learn from the best, there's your guy. Email him, travis@ceramicpro.com. Tell him I sent you over. He's a good friend of mine, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. 2019 is starting off good. And for all those people that watch my channel, maybe not watch Kevin's, we will be in Houston January 12th. I don't have a car to be racing, which honestly I'm kind of glad about, because I really want to focus on filming. That's the only thing when you have a car that you're trying to race, is anytime I was out racing my car, I never got to film, because I'm busy focused on racing my car. So this would be cool, because I can just focus just on just on filming, and helping Kevin and Rigo out with their cars if they need help. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Vanvy39. And remember, if you don't like me, you don't like my videos, give it a thumbs down and move on. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Pushing heavy under